Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. Thank you for watching the show. Great way to support the show is go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood, where you can do what Charlene Bronsale did. Charlene Bronsale Long did. She's been a longtime supporter of the show, and she told me that she watches these makeup tutorials from this very popular YouTube channel. This woman has like 1 million or so subscribers, who started talking about the sound conspiracy, the explosions we've been hearing literally since the week of the first George Floyd protest, after he was murdered on Memorial Day by the Minnesota Police Department. We heard fireworks all through June, even usually you hear fireworks a couple of days before the 4th of July. And I've heard other people talk about this online. So I wanted to show you, this woman did like an hour-long video giving like makeup tips, but the title of the video is about this. And I wanted to show it because this woman is, it's called Glam and Gore is her channel. The sound conspiracy theory that might be real and happening right now. So we're just going to watch a little bit of it. So she does all this makeup stuff, but then she's talking about, and it's interesting.
Goal is truly to like get the most clear picture of what's actually going on possible, and I think the more we can actually have a discussion about it, the better. So I highly recommend that this is not the only video you end up watching about this, or the only source and place that you hear about it. Speaking of sources, there will also be links in the description on ways that you can help with the Black Lives Matter protests and movement, how you can get involved, where you can donate, petitions you can sign, and I highly encourage that even if you cannot donate any money, sign every petition you possibly can. It all does help. There's a lot to learn here, and no matter how you're affected by this, one of the most important things you can do is educate yourself as thoroughly as possible and then get as involved as possible. So there will be some links below to help you do that. If you have no clue what's going on and you have no clue what I'm talking about, don't start here. Start somewhere else. There's a lot of really wonderful Black creators that are making videos trying to explain what's going on, how you can help, how to talk about these things. Read news media, read firsthand eyewitness accounts, because the news media is often biased or not a complete picture. Keep in mind also that firsthand accounts are not the best source of information on their own. You basically want to buffer your opinion with all different sides, sources, types of media, and try to piece it together from there. Listen to people who are doing more research than you. Listen to people who are trying to be fair, balanced. I know that's really hard to do nowadays on the internet because there's so much money in corporate media, and if you follow me on Twitter, you already know I have a lot of opinions about this. We won't get into all of it here. I just want to talk about scary, creepy sounds. I know that's why you clicked this video. You came for the creepy, you're gonna stay for the education. Come for the creepy, stay for the this probably. It's gonna be impossible for me to do makeup and talk at the same time because I can't do both.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
Let me tell you about this here sound. This all began when I started heavily researching anything that I could relating to Black Lives Matter protests, how cops were treating the protesters, how the media was reporting on the protests, etc. And I was following Twitter like a hawk and what was trending, and I came across #PhillyExplosions. Now, if you already follow me on Instagram, you might have seen a lot of the beginning of this story. You can just zip forward if you want. And that caught my attention because I'm a Philly native. I was really nervous and curious to see how the cops were going to react to protesters in Philadelphia. I have not had good experiences with Philadelphia cops and the surrounding areas myself, and that is with all of my privilege going into it, so I can only imagine how scary it must be to deal with some Philly cops when you don't have that as a buffer. I want to say this was like 2 days into the protests. It was really early. It was the very first week, that's for sure. And there were all these people under this hashtag that were saying, is anyone else hearing these crazy explosion sounds in Philly? They're constant, they're super loud, and this is going to be important for the rest of the video. They weren't seeing fireworks and they were not hearing sirens following these explosions. So it seemed like no one was coming to figure out what the heck just happened. There's so much to get through, so forgive me if the presentation is a little sloppy. But this is a big conversation about sounds, and there are many sounds to discuss. Okay, the news media and the Philadelphia police addressed this by saying that the explosions that everyone was hearing were ATMs being blown up. First of all, Philadelphians reported hearing multiple explosions throughout throughout the night. Not only Philadelphians, but some people reported hearing them as far away as New Jersey, which we all know I have my opinions about Jersey, but we'll ignore them for this video. This eyebrow is something. They're kind of aggressive today, but you know, so am I. 6ABC in Philadelphia said in a tweet after this first night that people really started talking about them. Philadelphia police said thieves targeted ATMs across the city overnight. In several instances, officials said the thieves typically rushed into a mini mart or corner store, set off an explosive device, and then made off with the cash from the machine. So I had read that there were about 12 that had been broken into, but not all 12 of those were blown up. And the thing with that is that a lot of Philadelphians were not buying that because they heard far more than 12 explosions, which again, they didn't even blow up all 12 ATMs. This is what they sounded like. I think you can maybe understand why a lot of people in Philadelphia.
Okay, so obviously she's doing makeup on. So this isn't a makeup show, but what she is talking about, I've heard that all over the place. I've heard those noises that first week of the protests and the second week of the protests and all through June and into July. I heard explosions like that out my window. Plus there were fireworks everywhere. And all these theories and what she's talking about, she's just talking about Philly, but it was here in Santa Monica, is in Los Angeles. And I saw people, and I'm sure you all heard these sounds too, major cities all over America. Why was this? It is part of shock and awe to keep us all off guard, to keep us on alert. You saw what the cops did. They would kettle people, they would divide and conquer, and people, thanks for the internet, that's why the internet's great, they've gotten wise to this in Portland. So in Portland, one of the things they do is they say, stay close, stay tight, we do this every night. And they lock because they've realized they try to keep you divided, they try to get it crazy. But that is part of the psychological warfare that an authoritarian fascist state does. And again, to the neoliberals, this didn't just start under Trump. Federal troops beat the shit out of people that occupy Wall Street. That was under Obama and Biden's watch. They did it during Baltimore and Freddie Gray. That was Obama Biden. That was Baltimore with a Democratic black woman mayor. They did it at Standing Rock. They beat the shit out of it. They shot people with water cannons who just they didn't want contaminated water on their sovereign land. So this has been going on for a while, and they were taking it up the next notch. And what's coming next is martial law. That's why Trump is pushing so hard that we need federal troops. These cities can't control. Everything's out of control. I'm seeing more military aircraft in the air. I'm seeing more military helicopters. They're gearing up for crazy martial law. And they want to keep us they numb you to this. You constantly hear explosions. And I would hear something like, wait, is that a firework? That sounds like gunfire. They want to just keep us in it. When you're in a war zone, you're always on alert. You're fried. You're mentally stressed. They want to keep us off balance. And so if a YouTube makeup artist is hearing this, she's got 1 million views. I don't watch her channel, but she's got 1 million views. I'm just going, hey guys, look at this new makeup thing. That's what it's about. And she's talking about this. We're all talking about this. So I thank you, Charlene, for submitting this to us. And I know why your makeup's always on point when I see you. Man, you always look fantastic. This isn't just, oh, why are people shooting fireworks every night? But it's not just fireworks. It's these booms. It's the cops are doing it. We saw videos of undercover cops smashing windows. We saw undercover cops doing all this during the protests and the riot, and they're still doing it. So pay attention because they are doing a lot of social engineering and trying to program us. They want us to get used to just being in a constant state of a war and attack and just be numb to it. Let's go about your daily lives, having military on the street, having cops on the street, unarmed federal, officers just snatching people up in an unmarked van. It's okay. Just go back to sleep. And keeping us all off guard. It's designed, it's coordinated, and it's in every city in America. Corporate media is not talking about this. That's why you come here, because I talk about this. Thanks, Charlene, for supporting the show. You too can do what she's done, which is go to patreon.com/Graham Elwood and support the show. You can go to rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. I have a Bitcoin wallet. The number's in the show notes. You go to grahamelwood.com. You can buy products. I've got a bunch of stuff on sale. I got the tea. I've got a PayPal button. I've got a P.O. box. A lot of great ways to support the show because I don't have the big companies supporting me. Right? Boeing and them, they don't support the show. Nike, they don't support the show. You support the show. Thanks for watching. Shave your knuckles for justice.
Hey everybody, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button and the subscribe button, even if you've done it before, because they're unsubscribing, many of you, every day. Watch the ads all the way through. If you click skip ad, I don't get paid. Also, support us at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood. Rockfin.com is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. All my videos are on Rockfin ad-free. Thanks for watching.